Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today's video, we are going to be diving in and trying out for the first time the brand new Fenty Beauty Powder Foundation. It's called the Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I'm very excited. We're going to do a swatch, a full-on application, and then a full review. So if you want to see how I get on with this brand new foundation, keep on watching. Anyway, let's go straight into this tutorial. I'm so excited to try this. I feel like I'm a little bit late to the game. Are people who already love it? I feel like there's maybe even, you know, loads of reviews out there already about this, but I am so excited to try this. Let's do a little unboxing together. I always really enjoy this. FYI, these products were gifted to me from Fenty Beauty and I'm so truly blessed. Like, Fenty sent these to me. I'm still kind of shocked that I'm on their PR list, but by no means at all am I getting paid for this. And so all of my thoughts, opinions are completely my own. And on this channel, we like to keep it real. We like to keep it honest. If there's something I don't like, or if there's something that I feel just doesn't work for me, then I'm gonna let you guys know. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so we have 3 different colors. We have 220, 230, and also 240. Just before we dive into actually swatching, I'm gonna open it from the bottom because there's like a sticker on top. I always do this. I like opening things easily. So the packaging, if you know, is always mind-blowing. I feel like the customer experience with Fenty is always very up there. It's very premium, it's very luxe. I love their packaging and I love their branding. I think we all know already I'm a huge fan. So my expectations of this is quite high because I use a lot of the products and I love a lot of stuff. So this is kind of what it looks like. I'm a little bit surprised. I wasn't expecting a powder foundation. As you open it up, this is what it looks like. It has a mirror on one side, the actual product, which is the powder foundation, which is a pressed powder foundation. And then if you lift it up, then you also have this little sponge here, which surprisingly, it doesn't have any ventilation in there. So I'm a bit like, oh, okay. Now, first impressions of this, I am a ex-Mac boy, and does anyone remember like Studio Fix powder? I know that there was a lot of people who are a huge fan of like Studio Tech. There was a few like Studio powders that were just like really popular. So I'm not sure why, but first impressions are, I kind of think about that. I kind of think, oh, you know, they were really popular. So maybe this is something that you can wear on top, but really how you're meant to wear this is actually as a foundation, which I'm kind of shook about, which I'm a bit scared, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together, okay? Okay, so now that I have shown you what the product actually looks like, I'm just gonna give you a few claims. I always like starting my reviews with claims, just because I feel like that's how the brand is gonna try and entice you. They're like, our product can do this. Our product could do that. And so it's kind of like, oh, okay. And so I'm gonna kind of keep those claims in mind so that I'm looking out for those things. And at the end, we can kind of say if those things are true or not. You with me? Okay, so the first claim of the powder foundation is that this is buildable. So you can go from a light to full coverage. So, I mean, that says a lot. I think with a powder, it's definitely easier to build things up. So that's a really interesting claim. Also, I just have I'm on the Fenty Beauty website just on this side in case I look over here, but it's also long wear and light as air and crease resistant. So crease resistant is a big one for me. I'm kind of like, personally for me, I'm super smiley. So I sometimes get a few creases under my eyes, which really annoy me. I'm not sure how I would imagine a powder being that heavy underneath my eyes, but I know that we kind of do bake with loose powder underneath our eyes, so maybe it's gonna be absolutely fine. Love the idea of the longevity and also the fact that it would feel light as air, so it's not gonna like clog up or feel heavy on the skin. Apparently this bad boy has a non-cakey soft matte finish, which I'm like, oh, okay. It comes in 50 shades and also apparently has no flashback, which I know sometimes people are really scared about using powders, especially if they contain any kind of like light reflective particles or any SPF as well. Okay, so for me personally, those are all of the kind of claims that we have going on. I'm really happy with that. I feel like it all makes sense. Is there anything in there that I'm like, wow, this is a really incredible claim that I'm like, I need to buy this foundation right now? No, but I do feel like if you are in a more humid country, or if you kind of sweat a little bit more, if you've got more oilier skin, sometimes these powders can be absolutely amazing for those skin types and also in those environments. Okay, so far to prep my skin, all I've done is added a little bit of lip balm. I'm just using the Toucher one, which I usually use. And then for skin prep, I'm gonna keep it all Fenty. So, you know, we're playing the game. We're doing it right. I definitely feel like sometimes products are formulated to work really well with other products in their own brand, and usually I would never just use like one brand for entire face. I love mixing stuff up, but for this review, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. So for moisturizer, I'm using the, I never know, well, I always forget the name of this because the name isn't on the bottle, it's on the inside. Hydra Visor, I should know this by now. So Hydra Visor is the moisturizer I'm using. I actually love this. This is my day-to-day go-to moisturizer. If you've never used it, you're missing out because you need to try it. It has SPF in it. I just feel like it gives the skin like a beautiful glow. Like that's all I'm wearing right now. I'm kind of like, that's nice. Secondly, I'm gonna go in with the primer. I don't know if you can see this, but it's there. Like this primer is there. This is how much I love it. And this is the Soft Silk Pro Filt'r Hydrating Primer. So I'm just gonna pump some of that on my skin. So I think what's really nice on the website is it does have a how-to section and kind of explains what brushes you should be using, what moisturizer, what primer. I just love that because I know that a lot of people might not know, like, do I use a primer or moisturizer underneath a powder foundation? Like, that's my instant question. And the answer is, you definitely do want to do that because then you're gonna have a little bit more luminosity, a little bit more radiance to the skin. So, keeping it really simple, guys. Step 1, your moisturizer. Step 2, the primer. And then we're gonna go over with the powder foundation. And then we're gonna use the Fenty brushes as well. And they have specifically mentioned these two brushes. This is the 115, which gives you, it's a bit more dense. It's gonna give you more coverage. And then this is the 170. It's a little bit more flimsy and gives you a lighter coverage. Again, this product is completely buildable. And there is that little sponge inside the component as well, which, you know, you can use. I'm not sure how hygienic that will be after a while because, you know, you definitely need to wash that after a while. It's easier for me to wash brushes, I guess. I would personally use that little puff when I'm kind of like on the go and I might just need to dab or like touch a few areas up, but I would always apply it, I guess, with a brush. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So usually with the Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation, I'm a 290. But these shades, the darkest one that I got given was 240. So I think I'm gonna start with that. I think it's a bit silly and unnecessary for me to swatch the other ones because if anything, I'm a little bit brown right now, you know, I'm a little bit more tanned. I'm holding on to that hand for as long as I can. So I'm gonna start off with this color and hopefully it won't be too dark for me. Hopefully it won't be too fair for me either, but we're gonna start with this one. This whole moment right now feels very, very strange to me. I'm very, very used to liquids and creams as a foundation base. Personally, I love that. So to do this feels kind of crazy, but I'm gonna do it. So we're gonna start on one side so that we can see the before and after. Why am I so scared? Okay, so hey guys, I'm gonna start off with the looser brush, the 170 brush. Okay, okay, wait, let's do it. Okay, ooh, I feel bad for the logo, I don't wanna ruin it. So yeah, so this shade 240 is apparently, wait, I saw it on here, is light medium with warm golden undertones. So that should be fine. So I'm gonna do this side of my face first. This really feels strange. Like really strange. I don't even know if much is coming out. I'm kind of like dabbing away and then applying it. This brush is very, very, very soft. It actually feels really nice, but is it giving me the coverage that I really want? I'm really not sure at this point. Okay, so I just literally had a little bit of a closer look. Why do I have a spot on my nose, please?
Not today.
Not today, I've got a spot right here, but let's ignore that. So I was just literally brushing away and then I realized I'm getting very thrown off right now, very thrown off. My first impressions are, I don't know. I think this brush is just too loose for me and this this isn't gonna give me the look that I want. Personally for me, I can still see discoloration where my facial hair is. I still have darkness underneath the eyes. And if I kind of go over the eye area, it's not really going to like give me that coverage that a liquid would because it's on a soft, fluffy brush. So I'm gonna swap to the more dense brush. This is the 115. Let's see if this is gonna be a bit better. Okay, so I am definitely preferring this with the denser brush. Absolutely, like so much more. I was not feeling the softer brush, guys. No, not for me, but maybe, you know, if it's for you, that's all good. There's no judging here. This is a safe place. But yeah, it's a very, very, very different look for me. It's a very different finish for me. How do we feel about it? Come on. Let's chat. Let's chat. Okay. So I've kept on applying a little bit more product and I think I'm ready to give my verdicts on this, guys. I think I'm ready. Now, I am fully aware that this is a powder foundation and you're meant to use it by itself. But what I'm gonna do on the other side of my face is actually use a liquid. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Longwear Foundation. And then I'm gonna use that powder to kind of like slightly set it. And I just wanna show you what that looks like, okay? Okay, so I've just pumped one pump on this side of my face. And obviously this is in shade 290 and I'm using the brush that I would normally use. You know, you kind of have to sometimes play with products, especially if you're not used to that texture or how that's feeling. It's okay to go, oh, that feels different. Maybe I need to play around with my technique a little bit more, you know? So don't try something and then hate it straight away. Like, have an open mind about it. So yeah, so I'm just applying that on that other side of my face so that we can have a really good comparison. And just straight away, you see how with a liquid, I'm able to move it around so much more. And I feel like this side, the eye is still a bit dark, where here it's all very, very even. So that when I sculpt my face, you're gonna get a really nice, there's an even canvas and then you can kind of build it up. Whereas here, this is very light. Whew, it's getting warm in here, guys. It is getting warm in here. Okay, so for the purpose of this review, I'm not gonna apply concealer just because I feel like that's gonna get us all very, very confused. I have applied the liquid foundation on this side, and then I'm gonna go in with, maybe we start, why is there fly in here, girl? We are gonna use the powder now to just set that and see how that sits on top. Am I just not embracing a new technique? Tell me please, tell me please. Okay, so in terms of application, I think that is enough for this tutorial. I actually think that we can go ahead and give our verdict. Is it a thumbs up? Is it a thumbs down? What do we love about it? What do we not love so much about it? Okay, so we need to keep it real, okay? Let's just keep it real on this channel. So we're gonna start with the cons and then we're gonna talk about the pros. So we're gonna end on a positive, of course. So first of all, the cons for me is that overall, I feel like the complexion, despite my skin prep, is looking a bit dull. It just looks a little bit flat. It's definitely not the healthy, radiant glow look that I want to go for. Secondly, for me, even though this is a powder that is buildable, I definitely feel like I'm gonna have to either conceal, which I guess I would do anyway, or color correct in order to kind of get rid of any pigmentation, any darkness around the eye area. So on itself, it's not delivering as much as a liquid would, in my opinion, for me. And the third con for me is gonna be texture. So I definitely feel with my personal skin, because I've got quite big pores and open pores, then the liquid really blurs that out. And with the powder on top, it's a really good combination of products. I mean, everything on my face is Fenty right now, so it's a really good combination of products, which I personally feel like makes my skin quality look better. Whereas on the side, which is just powdered, my skin quality doesn't look amazing. Like, I can still see my texture, I can still see my imperfections, I can still see my pores. So that's still not great for me. Okay, so enough about the cons. Let's focus on some pros. What do we love about this product? I think my first thing is the ease of application. Like, it's so easy. You can literally just use the little sponge in the bottom to apply it. You can use any old brush or one of the two Fenty brushes that I've already spoken about to apply it. My preferred favorite is the denser one, just because you get a little bit more coverage and I prefer the finish of that brush that it creates. Secondly, I feel like it kind of does exactly what it describes. It is a buildable powder foundation. So who is this good for? Who would love this? Definitely someone who's got more oily skin, and definitely someone who might live in a little bit more of a like humid country. I mean, here in the UK, girl, I wish it was more humid, but it's not, it's just cold. I can also see a lot of people loving this product, especially if you want that just easy application, you don't like the feel of creams or liquids on your skin, and you just want kind of like a veil or something. But for me, it's just maybe not how I like my skin to look. Just a really quick side story. I remember the first ever makeup product I got from my best friend when I was like 16 was a pressed powder, and I would just apply it. It was like 5 shades too light. I would just apply it because I had really, really bad skin and like bad like blemishes and spots everywhere. So I used that to cover it up, and I remember just looking really powdery to the point where when someone took a photo of me, I just looked so dry. So maybe that's also in the back of my mind that I'm like, oh, no, I need this much more like fresh, hydrating look. Just before we give this product a score out of 10 as well, I'm gonna finish off with the Fenty Beauty setting. It's called the Refreshing Spray What It Do. I don't know if I was saying that right, but I was. So give it a little shake. Let's spray it on. Ooh, that's the glow I'm talking. That's the glow. That's what you want to be. You know, you want to be like, look at the glow, but not sweat. Okay, so final score. I'm gonna give this product a 7 out of 10. I feel like it is overall a really, really, really nice product. Personally, for me, I'm not quite too sure if it's up my street or if it's gonna work for me, but I know that this will definitely work for a lot of other people. And yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, it is gonna be a thumbs down. Not every single review is gonna be a thumbs up, but the product itself, I would say, is a thumbs up. Like, it's an amazing product. There's nothing that I'm like, it's not good. It is an amazing product. It does what it says on the box. Just personally for me, maybe my skin type, my skin texture, I wish I had like more smoother skin. Maybe if I had like beautiful skin, it would just like sit flawlessly, but unfortunately I don't, and I've got big pores. Okay, big pores. But color-wise, I think it actually really worked. It actually really blended in really well. So I think maybe like, you know, you did good. You did good. Anyway, I think that is it for this review. The Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Powder Foundation. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think. Like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer this side, which has liquid foundation and powder? Or do you prefer this side, which just has the powder? Please let me know, because it's all about sharing like our opinions, what we really think. We're all beauty enthusiasts here. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you're still watching, thank you so much. Just make my day by clicking that like button, leaving a comment, and also don't forget to click the subscribe button, plus the bell button, so that you get a notification every single time I post a brand new video. And until the next review, guys, I will see you soon. Bye.